am Pinoy Rob.
I am Pinoy Rob.
And for the headlines, weather forecast, the humid weather is expected to worsen further. Local news, an increase of nearly 2 pesos in oil prices is expected after Holy Week. Over 45,000 devotees flocked pilgrimage sites in Misamis Oriental and Cagayan De Oro. On the two opposing COWD sides, let the law prevail. Harales, there was no breach or irregularity in COWD. National news, ICC gives until July 1 to submit evidence against Duterte. International news, White House website points to China as the source of COVID-19 lab leak. Entertainment, Jeremy Glinoga believes that strong faith is vital to building a lasting career. Sports, Rhiannan Iffland's drive for perfection inspires her next cliff dive. International feature, scientists uncover the most compelling evidence so far of life on an alien planet. National feature, Philippine elections marked by money, power struggles, and violence. Trivia, the 450 million year evolutionary journey of sharks.
If you find this segment informative, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe to stay updated with our latest news, and share this broadcast to your friends and family. Your support helps us keep you informed. Help us get our first 10,000 subscribers. Your engagement matters. Liking, sharing, and subscribing to our content not only helps more people discover the important stories we bring you, but also supports our team's hard work. It boosts our visibility in the algorithm, making it easier for others to find ways to stay informed. Plus, it helps us generate more resources to continue delivering the news you rely on. Thank you for being part of our community.
Good morning, Philippines. Magandang umaga, Luzon, ng may adlaw, Visayas ug Mindanao. I am Athalia P. Sanyel. Local news. An increase of nearly 2 pesos in oil prices is expected after Holy Week. The hardship for Filipinos continues even after Holy Week due to the nearly 2 peso increase in the prices of all petroleum products starting April 22. The Department of Energy has warned motorists to prepare for higher fuel costs as they will face significant price hikes on Tuesday, April 22. The DOE's latest forecast indicates that diesel prices are expected to rise by 1.10 pesos to 1.40 pesos per liter. Gasoline, on the other hand, will see an increase of 1.30 to 1.60 per liter. Kerosene prices will also experience a slight increase. The rise in fuel prices is attributed to a variety of factors, including global oil market trends and geopolitical tensions. One significant factor is the pressure being exerted by the United States on Iran regarding nuclear talks, which has affected oil supply chains and market stability. This global situation is contributing to the increase in fuel costs for consumers, adding to the financial burden. especially as many Filipinos prepare for the upcoming vacation season, where travel and transportation costs are expected to be higher. The DOE has also emphasized the need for motorists to be more energy efficient, urging the public to adopt fuel-saving practices to reduce the impact of the price hikes. Over 45,000 devotees flocked to pilgrimage sites in Misamis Oriental and Cagayan de Oro. Police Regional Office 10 Director Brigadier General Jason De Guzman led the security efforts in churches, public transport terminals, and ports, particularly in the major pilgrimage sites based in the city. This is in response to the influx of people seeking to reflect on the passion, suffering, and death of Christ during Holy Week. Police Lieutenant Colonel Evan Villa, spokesperson for the Cagayan de Oro City Police Office, mentioned that despite over 25,000 devotees flocking to the mountains of Malasag in Barangay Cugman and the Our Lady of Guadalupe Shrine at the tribe boundaries of Barangay Tabulon, Barangay Agusan, and Barangay Balubal, no incidents have disrupted the sanctity of Holy Week. He added that they also focus on monitoring establishments and residential houses to prevent any attacks from malicious groups. Previously, PRO 10 raised the highest alert level for the Northern Mindanao region due to activities during Holy Week. Additionally, devotees were reminded to follow the guidelines set for visiting the various pilgrimage sites located in different parts of Misamis Oriental to avoid any interruptions to their reflection during Holy Week. Fernando Sotsot D. Jr., head of the Misamis Oriental Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, revealed that the provincial government raised the blue alert status to ensure all measures are in place for any incidents. He also warned travelers to be extra cautious during their trips to avoid accidents. Tight security was also implemented at the Divine Mercy Shrine in El Salvador City, which attracts thousands of devotees from different parts of the Philippines every week. In addition, the officials at the Divine Mercy Shrine urged devotees not to be complacent, even though the area security is tight in Barangay Ulaliman, El Salvador City, Misamis Oriental. Oka on the two opposing COWD sides, let the law prevail. Former City Mayor Oscar Moreno advised the two opposing camps of the Cagayan de Oro Water District Management to respect the law. This came after a commotion arose when interim COWD General Manager Fermin Harales Group forcibly entered his office to retrieve documents, which were blocked by employees supporting the regular management. Moreno stated that under the law, the court's decision regarding the suspension of the LWA takeover of COWD is not yet final. This is because there is still a 15-day period from the release of the decision during which Harales camp can appeal and the case can be elevated to the Court of Appeals Mindanao. Harales, there was no breach or irregularity in COWD. There was no destruction, but the main door of the employees' entrance at the Cagayan de Oro Water District was damaged due to a scuffle that occurred yesterday morning. This was a response of interim Cagayan de Oro Water District General Manager Fermin Harales against the allegations made by the regular management. Harales stated that it was actually the group of acting regular COWD General Manager Engineer Edna Nahil who was responsible for the earlier disturbance in his office on April 15. He emphasized that they have respected the court's decision, which is why both sides are in a status quo arrangement while they proceed with the motion for reconsideration in court, which did not recognize the legality of the Local Water Utilities Administration intervention in the COWD operations. This is the reason he stressed that no destruction took place, contrary to what the Najil camp has been claiming. Weather forecast. The humid weather is expected to worsen further. The humid weather in the Philippines is expected to intensify during the vacation period, with temperatures rising significantly, particularly in areas with ongoing outdoor activities. Local authorities have raised concerns about the potential dangers such as heat stroke and dehydration, and have advised to the public to take extra precautions. This includes staying hydrated, wearing light and breathable clothing, and avoiding prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Moreover, people are urged to seek shelter in shaded areas, wear hats or sunscreen, and adjust their outdoor plans to avoid the hottest hours of the day, typically from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Health officials are closely monitoring the situation, and emergency services are on standby for potential heat-related incidents.
A pedestrian lane is an interim or temporary pedestrian facility that may be appropriate on roads with low to moderate speeds and volumes. A pedestrian lane is a designated space on the roadway for exclusive use of pedestrians. The lane may be on one or both sides of the roadway and can fill gaps between important destinations in a community.
National news. ICC gives until July 1 to submit evidence against Duterte. The International Criminal Court Pre-Trial Chamber 1, which is handling the crimes against humanity case against former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte, has ordered the prosecution to disclose all evidence it intends to present in the confirmation of charges hearing scheduled for September 23, 2025. The deadline for submission is July 1, 2025. The order signed by Judges Yulia Antonella, Motok, Rain Adelaide, Sophie Alpini Gansu, and Maria del Socorro Flores Liera outlines the timeline for pre-trial proceedings. It states that the prosecution must submit all relevant materials by July 1, including witness statements and translations, exculpatory evidence, and materials covered by Rule 77. Any evidence submitted after this date will not be considered during the confirmation hearing. However, the court clarified that the prosecution must still provide the defense with any exonerating evidence discovered after the deadline. In accordance with Article 67 of the Rome Statute, this obligation does not affect the established deadlines or the overall schedule of the proceedings. International news. White House website points to China as a source of COVID-19 lab leak. The White House on Friday unveiled an overhauled version of its COVID-19 information website, now strongly promoting the controversial theory that the coronavirus originated from a laboratory leak in China. The site refers to this theory as pointing to the true origins of the pandemic. Previously, COVID.gov was a hub for public health resources, offering updates on vaccines, testing locations, and safety protocols. However, the redesigned website now prominently features a full-size photo of former President Donald Trump and sharply criticizes the pandemic response under President Joe Biden's administration. In addition, the site directly attacks Dr. Anthony Fauci, Biden's former chief medical advisor, accusing him of pushing the narrative that COVID-19 emerged naturally from animals. It includes 5 main arguments supporting the lab leak theory, highlighting that the first known outbreak occurred in Wuhan, which is also home to China's premier SARS research facility. The site alleges that the Wuhan Institute of Virology has a record of conducting sensitive experiments under insufficient biosafety protocols. This move marks a significant shift in tone and purpose for the website, aligning with the renewed political narrative of the current administration, which aims to cast blame on China's government and reframe the history of the pandemic as investigations into its origins continue amid global debate. Entertainment. Jeremy Glinoga believes that strong faith is vital to building a lasting career. From an aspiring artist to a successful singer-songwriter, Jeremy Glinoga's rise to fame has truly been a leap of faith. Jeremy, who has first captured the public's attention as a finalist on The Voice Teens Philippines in 2017 under the mentorship of Sharon Cuneta, has since built a steady and promising career in the music. With his smooth vocals and heartfelt songwriting, he has carved a name for himself in the OPM industry. Fondly called Jeremy G, the young artist emphasized that his unwavering faith in God has been his anchor through challenges, rejections, and even creative struggles. He credited prayer, family support, and belief in divine timing as vital sources of strength during uncertain times in his journey. As he continues to release new music and collaborate with fellow artists, Jeremy remains grounded in his values, hoping to inspire others not just through songs, but through his story of perseverance and belief. Rhiannan Iffland's drive for perfection inspires her next cliff dive. Australia's Rhiannan Iffland once again proved why she is the reigning queen of cliff diving after clinching victory at the latest top of the Red Bull Cliff Diving World Series held in the stunning waters of El Nido, Palawan. The event, which gathered the world's top high divers, was a showcase of both athleticism and breathtaking scenery, drawing attention not just to the sport, but also to the Philippines as a top-tier destination for international competitions. Standing atop a 21-meter platform perched on a dramatic limestone cliff in the Big Lagoon, Iffland delivered a near-perfect dive that wowed the judges and the crowd. Her scores 2.9 seconds and a 9.5 were enough to secure her place atop the podium, continuing her winning streak in the 2024 season. This isn't her first taste of success in El Nido. Back in 2019, when Red Bull first brought the competition to the Philippines, Iffland also emerged victorious, eventually securing her fourth consecutive world title. Her unmatched consistency, technical precision, and fearlessness have made her a legend in the sport. International feature. Scientists uncover the most compelling evidence so far of life on an alien planet. Scientists using the James Webb Space Telescope may have found the strongest evidence yet of possible life outside our solar system. They discovered gases in the atmosphere of a distant planet, K218b, that on Earth are only made by living things like marine algae and microorganisms. These gases, dimethyl sulfide and dimethyl disulfide, suggest that the planet might be home to microbial life. However, scientists clarify that this isn't proof of life, just a possible sign of it. More research is needed. Still, the discovery is exciting. Astrophysicist Nico Madhusudan said it may be the first real sign that another world could be inhabited. National feature. Philippine elections marked by money, power struggles, and violence. Running for public office in the Philippines remains a perilous pursuit, especially in the lead up to national and local elections. This has been a harsh reality for candidates like mayoral hopeful Kerwin Espinosa, who was shot during a campaign rally earlier this April. The bullet pierced through his chest and exited his arm. He survived, but others have not been as fortunate. From January 12 to April 11, the Commission on Elections has documented 46 incidents of election-related violence across the country. These include shootings, armed attacks, and assassinations targeting candidates, supporters, and even electoral officials. Among those killed were a city council candidate and polling officer, and a barangay chief, raising serious concerns over the safety and the electoral process, especially as the May 12 midterm elections draw near. Authorities have pledged to increase security measures in identified election hotspots, while COMELEC has reiterated its commitment to ensuring free, fair, and peaceful elections. Trivia: the 450 million year evolutionary journey of sharks. Sharks are among the most ancient and resilient creatures on Earth, with a fossil record dating back over 450 million years, placing their origin in the late Ordovician period, nearly 100 million years before the first trees appeared. They belong to the class chondrocytes, or cartilaginous fishes, a group defined by skeletons made primarily of cartilage instead of bone. This cartilage provides flexibility and lightweight structure, which helps with buoyancy and movement. The only parts of their bodies that regularly fossilize are their teeth, which are mineralized and replaced constantly. Some sharks go through tens of thousands of teeth in their lifetime. This group includes not just sharks but also rays, skates, and the elusive chimeras, sometimes called ratfish or ghost sharks. These animals have diversified into a wide array of forms and ecological niches. For instance, the massive whale shark is a gentle filter feeder, while the great white is a highly adapted apex predator. Despite their reputation as living fossils, sharks are not static or primitive. They've undergone hundreds of millions of years of evolutionary change, adapting to shifting oceans, climates, and ecosystems. Their bodies are built for survival. Electroreception organs called the ampullae of Lorenzini help detect electrical fields from prey, and their dermal denticles, tiny tooth-like scales, reduce drag in the water. One of the most remarkable aspects of shark history is their resilience. Sharks have survived all 5 major mass extinction events, including the one that wiped out the dinosaurs. And that was the information we got from here and abroad. Keep listening and watching. Please subscribe Pinoy Rob on YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, and have a wonderful day.
If you find this segment informative, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe to stay updated with our latest news, and share this broadcast to your friends and family. Your support helps us keep you informed. Help us get our first 10,000 subscribers. Your engagement matters. Liking, sharing, and subscribing to our content not only helps more people discover the important stories we bring you, but also supports our team's hard work. It boosts our visibility in the algorithm, making it easier for others to find ways to stay informed. Plus, it helps us generate more resources to continue delivering the news you rely on. Thank you for being part of our community.